What's good, YouTube? It's your bro. Hood God. Damn. Today we are reacting to. I washed my hair so my hair wet. The Bronx burning RICO for drillers. Listen. I done been seeing a lot of reactions to this. I keep saying, do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? And I was like, you know what? We're gonna do it, right? And then y'all go vote on that storytime poll, because the storytime was the video y'all wanted. So y'all go vote on that for which one y'all want. My first fight or my first time running away from these. But without further ado, let's get straight to the video, man.
And I had no idea what drill rapping was, but I called my son. He sent me some videos, and it is alarming.
At one time, the Bronx was a thriving community.
Bronx was never thriving. Don't let these niggas fool you, boy. Do not let these niggas fool you with saying the Bronx was a thriving community. Never was.
That started to change.
Where y'all niggas at, bro? Where y'all Lori Law niggas at? Y'all niggas pissing on my son, Goon War, nigga. Y'all niggas is fucking.
You did somebody who died. His name was Rara.
Yeah. Before he died, 2 days before he died, he said, I'm gonna kill you when I see you. Look how that worked.
These individuals want to get.
Cause Nas be so nonchalant with it though. That'd be the funny part.
Somebody who died. His name was Rara.
Yeah. Before he died, 2 days before he died, he said, I'm gonna kill you when I see you. Look how that worked.
These individuals want to get credit for the harm that they're doing.
The gangs are accused of operating out of public housing and often stalk their enemies in broad daylight.
I remember when I watched that video on YouTube. I teach you keep getting the one on would be trying to fight.
We are allowing music, displaying of guns, violence. We're allowing it to stay on these sites.
Like freedom of speech don't exist no more. Like, damn, like at the end of the day, no matter what he do, this drill music is always gonna be a thing. No matter where you are in the world. Like, drill music is everywhere. Literally everywhere. Italy, Korea, Japan, probably China, Germany got drill music, Africa got drill music, the UK, Australia is damn near everywhere, bro. So you really can't stop it.
Alright, what is up, everybody? We gonna talk about New York drill. Probably one of the wildest scenes in rap, period. 7 years ago, there was a huge explosion with Brooklyn drill. And the
just had to be there for this era.
It started doing gang sweeps, taking everybody down one by one. It got so crazy. You got shoot and started doing
man. Look at
gang sweeps, taking everybody down.
Who else I recognize on here? Her from No Suburban. Damn.
One by one. It got so crazy. You got shootings happening in Times Square involving established rappers.
This week's gunfire in Times Square, police have made an arrest. 20-year-old Kumina Elijah of Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Since 2017, the NYPD has used facial recognition technology, or FRT, in 22,000 cases. Because there's so many cameras in New York, the internet gets their hands on the footage of their favorite rappers.
That's what I be saying, bro. These ski masters don't be saving nothing, boy. Like, bro, I think this scheme and block work, and they knew it was them because the niggas had the same outfit on.
Involved in shootouts and moving traffic,
I'm pretty sure that's
stabbings, beatings near delis. I mean, some of the songs that were going viral. Every other line was someone smoking on someone's dead ops. Crews would boast about those same crimes and put them in music videos like they were Easter eggs. You had the city's mayor, Eric Adams, coming out in a press conference wanting to ban drill music, even expanding and investing into different departments that tracks everybody's pages online.
Much of that work is done here at the NYPD's Real-Time Crime Center.
They're bragging about what they're doing. Social media has proven to be an invaluable tool.
A few years ago, the Bronx took over. Maybe one of the sickest boroughs in the city.
The society in the Bronx is horrible.
Rappers from the Bronx to stop using the music to encourage shootings.
I remember in the 90s.
It's gonna get encouraged regardless of the music or not. Like, they don't get that, bro. The old heads gonna tell the young heads something and it's gonna get encouraged that way. Music is not the issue.
Kids were throwing fridges off the roofs of the River Park Tower projects in the Bronx. And now the kids from RPT are getting indicted by the dozens on federal racketeering and gang conspiracy charges.
Niggas don't care about me, my heart.
Crazy, half them niggas is my age.
3 months, like,
He
niggas
really
really
is really. I think I'm older than that nigga.
The government trying to pin them for everything from murder all the way to animal cruelty. Talking about one of the most infamous drill voices in the scene, D-Thang, who was
the face
talking
of the
shit to
Bronx. That's the face of the Bronx. I don't care what y'all tell me. That's the old. Oh yeah, be on. That is the face right there. He low key like 2021 summer. If you know, you know.
Pigeon on an Instagram live stream with his boys, then shooting it dead for 100 viewers.
Your little man's right here. Dog, wait. You gonna pick him up? I can't look.
See, everything in New York was getting done for clout, followers, and numbers. With shootings spiking from 200 all the way to 500 last year. It's all young kids, aged 13 and 15, maneuvering the back alleys and the looping hills in the Bronx, using scooters to carry out hits in broad day.
Oh, I thought he was gonna play the video. Rah. Yo, I thought he was gonna play it. I was gonna say, nah, he's crazy. Yo. I was gonna say, nah, he's crazy if he posts that.
Gang conducted wolf pack-like searches throughout the investigation.
Now, we're getting into all this, but first, check out my song of the day. This is my guy Millie's. Let's go.
I'm trying to send someone to urgent before they make me a patient. With the stroller in a hospital hall.
I ain't gonna lie, hold up. I'm looking for
Let's go.
I'm trying to send someone to urgent before they make me a patient. With the stroller in a hospital hallway pacing. Put it on my mama, I was young, broad day, my shit blazing. Shooting that out of towners when I close, when I'm aiming. It's my only mission was to stay alive. I'm trying to make it.
Really? Where you from, LA?
The bitches left me, I was broke, I had to get about my feelings. Try to tell my youngest not to slide, but they too busy drilling. And I've been trying to ease my pain and popping perks like penicillin.
Alright, we're going to the Bronx to understand this story. Get ready to see wild shit. I mean, you got gangs dressing as Squid Games for Halloween.
This was fire. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, this was fire. No digging. This was hard.
And it's not to go trick-or-treating. For the last 2 summers, Bronx drill was everywhere. On TikTok, radio stations, you got 3 to 4 sets of different cousins, blood-related, all established rappers, beefing with each other because of block politics.
That's my cousin.
No, both of them are your cousins. Everybody's like, wait, hold up. They cousins, they're going at it, but he's cousins.
Can't wait to see Auntie now. Huh.
Because y'all are family, technically, could you ever see all of y'all reconciling?
Nah, I don't think so.
Wow. The music in the Bronx is super high energy.
I ain't gonna lie. They get deep into that. Niggas choosing their flag over family. I ain't gonna lie.
Sometimes too high. Like these kids got ADD or something.
Like, keep dumping. That kid
Bronx has the biggest dropout rate in all of New York, and it's becoming a problem. You got kids going to school in rival territories, with different campuses getting metal detectors in them to squash gang shootings.
Jelly! OIK, you heard?
Yo, you had to be there for this, y'all. Like, a lot of y'all new drill niggas won't know. Like, y'all had to be there for this stuff, man.
This, of course, is the rapper Shy-E-K, with 100 million views on YouTube in 2 years of rapping, coming out of the Cortlandt projects in the South Bronx, aka home of extortion. In 2009, the Cortlandt homes was subject to a police sweeping called Operation Bad Apple, which took down 52 people for racketeering and gang conspiracy. The NYPD even went on to build a police building right across the street from the projects called PSA 7.
I ain't gonna lie. Cause I've been seeing some things on TikTok saying how you don't ever see OY or OG getting indicted. It's like, damn, bro, y'all niggas want to see this shit happen. Like, what's up? Like,
even though a precinct and a Bronx borough court are literally a few blocks away. Cortland's home to popular rappers like B-Love and Shy-E-K. Shah, who's known for having a deep-ass voice that doesn't really match his face, went to the rival school in Mott Haven campus, just 9 minutes away from his hood, where he would bug out towards any kid that repped the rival gang, the YGs. He was making posts talking about YG killer, even hopping on Instagram lives at 12 years old saying directly to a YG.
Yo! This the type of niggas you ran into on Monkey. Swear to God, that was on Monkey baking niggas.
Kid named Wulati that he was gonna spare him.
What's up, Via Wulati? Huh? Yo, he said what's up, Via Wulati?
I know. I'm not gonna jump you, I'm gonna jump Nooks.
5 years later, Wulati would get murdered. See, the Young Gunners, or the YGs, is an infamous Bronx-made gang which started in 2003 in the Mott Haven houses and the Patterson houses, just 10 minutes away from Cortlandt. Crew detention.
Yeah, so why they be playing with motherfucking Use like he not from the real home of the YGs. Like what's up? Like they be playing with Use like he just be a free agent.
Centers in the Bronx, Horizons, and Crossroads are breeding grounds for gang recruitment, and the YGs were formed to combat the overwhelming numbers of Bloods in adult jails.
So I'm not gonna lie, yo, the Bloods in New York is crazy. They outnumber everybody. I ain't gonna lie. They outnumber everybody, bro. There's only a blood damn near. There's a blood set in every city in New York. I swear to God, every city. Cannot tell me there isn't.
Like Rikers Island. At one point, the YGs had dozens and dozens of different sets, all banging under its umbrella, with all sorts of different hoods spread out throughout the Bronx, forcing other blocks around them to create their own gangs in response to combat the YGs. You can even see this in the classic South Bronx joint, Shot Caller, from French Montana. In the video, French is surrounded by YGs, and here you can see the leader, Drew Hef, who was killed a few years later at Club Tropicana.
Where is French Montana from? I swear I thought he was from NY, right? Like, I heard he was from NY. What? Where's he from though? Okay. It's Morocco.
Beaten on the head. In the video, French is surrounded by YGs, and here you can see the leader, Drew Hef, who was killed a few years later at Club Tropicana, beaten on the head with the glass base of a hookah pipe, and when the glass shattered, his ops used a metal rod inside the hookah to continue pounding his head, leaving Drew Hef drenched in blood. He died in a coma a week later. The youngsters who oppose YGs often cite this event to antagonize them. YGs were notorious for violence themselves. Locals remember a horrific event that took place on April 16th of 2012 when a gang of YGs were drinking liquor on a hazy night, discussing who was the toughest.
I already know what situation you talk about before you even say it. I already know.
The crew. This crew of YGs made a 7-minute walk and stormed their rivals on Cortlandt Ave to see what they could catch. The Cortlandt buildings were empty, except for one kid. A 16-year-old named Noah Bala, aka Moses, was alone walking. Probably weighed about 90 pounds soaking wet.
Why would you even say that? Like, why would you even say that?
The YGs chased him, kicked him to the ground, and stomped him to death. Kids from the Cortlandt projects hold Noah's name in high regard. Be Love, whose hit song, If You Know You Know, got 16 million views.
Niggas don't know about that 2021 summer with the drill. I'm trying to tell niggas. They don't know for real. They just think I'm talking.
When it was released 2 years ago, he actually confronted the brother of a YG's member that killed Noah outside in front of the Metro court, as this guy was waiting to be tried for a different murder of another Cortlandt youth named Yellow.
Come across the street. I came to court with it. Nah, last time you throw that up one more time. What the fuck you talking about?
I came to court with it is a crazy statement.
What you talking about? Come across the street.
The Bronx is so crazy. Dudes will get active in the courts, outside the courts, in front of police. They don't care.
The Showtime shit. He probably got it on him. Look at the way he holding his fanny.
Come here, shot. I'm coming to court tonight.
Now, Noah's death is brought up in dozens of drill songs, all to disrespect him, the Cortlandt projects. Notorious YG rapper D-Thang.
That nigga low-key had that shit. Okay. Yo, that nigga was getting money. Yo. Oh, look, he has an OG shirt on. Yeah, he was definitely OG's. But, yo, this nigga was getting money. What's up? The Gucci? Oh, yeah. He was getting money for a fact.
Notorious YG rapper D-Thang out of the River Park Towers, a YG stronghold in the West Bronx, made the song Wedgie Man This, Wedgie Man That. In it, D-Thang has a cold-blooded line talking about the beating of Noah.
Just once I was like a fidget. Every catch I'll be gone like that. Midget, jelly for back of my clip on.
That song is riddled with disses. The title itself sounds funny. Wedgie man this, wedgie man that. It's a direct shot at Sha Ike, the rapper from Cortland, who was caught on camera getting a wedgie.
Drag him! Yo!
Man, his man did that to him, man.
Like my new song?
Wedgie man this, wedgie man that.
Now, D-Thang's home, RPT, the River Park Towers, alias the Death Towers, encompasses two 44-floor buildings and two 38-story buildings standing over the Harlem River. 8 years ago, the feds took down 20 of their top guys, wiping out the leaders, hiring security guards, and installing cameras on 20 of their top guys.
Isn't this man nigga the one that shot the cab and did the robbery shit? Isn't this him?
Wiping out the leaders, hiring security guards, and installing cameras to stop people from dealing drugs right outside. Then, the kids took over.
One way in, one way out.
It's one way in, it's one way out.
They continued drug dealing, robbing. The feds were actually finding illegal weapons in the music videos, then tying them to shootings.
You got shot, is that true?
Yeah, we know. Word of my mother, we know.
New York has always had very strict gun laws. People wanted to know how these kids were getting their hands on weapons. Ghost got very strict gun laws. People wanted to know how.
1, 2, 3. I think that's 4 with extendo. Oh, they dump it on anything.
These kids were getting their hands on weapons. Ghost guns. These untraceable firearms made from parts you could purchase online. It's been wrecking havoc in the city.
If you're a child, if you're a convicted felon, you can go online and purchase these parts, get the parts, construct a firearm.
Serial numbers, untraceable, no background check, nothing. That is a problem.
The whole of 2021 was crazy.
Oh, yeah, show me, yeah. Put me on in the comments, bro. I'm finna do that. I'll make a whole video about it too.
The feds were tuning into Instagram lives. You could see stuff like rapper D-Thang with his own cousin, K-Flock, flashing out on each other for a live audience.
Yeah, Muddy, don't do that, Muddy. Don't do that, Muddy.
If I see Stunner, you know I'ma whack him. Fuck that. No, I'ma clash him. Show my energy last time I
RPT Wi-Fi always gonna ask, man. Get it together.
saw you, Stunner.
K-Flock is literally D-Thang's blood cousin, coming from the famous Little Italy part of Central Bronx, near the 48th precinct. K-Flock's own mom pretended in an interview not even to know who D-Thang was.
Him and D-Thang are cousins.
I don't even know who that thing is. I'm the mom and I'm confirming it. That's nowhere near related to me at all.
His gang DOA, or Dead on Arrival, is
related to her.
Allegiance of 5 blocks, all of which are surrounded by YGs and Drillies, a vicious gang of bloods that also oppose K-Flock and his gang DOA.
Oh, Sa Flocka, come play. Come play today. You always playing on the internet. I want you to come play today.
Now, because the fans knew K-Flock as a crash-out specialist who would film his gang endeavors all for social media, this resulted in all his music getting more and more views.
Let me tell y'all what he did, bro. This nigga gonna call me to a mansion party full of hot. Ask KK.
Yo, I was there.
We was in there, but who was there?
That's what I'm saying.
The locker in there. Right or wrong, no. Yeah. We was in there, but who was there?
That's what I'm saying.
The locker in there. Right or wrong, no.
Nigga do extension.
Now, this would make his rivals upset.
Yo, he said, what extension? Like, yo.
Jealous. K-Flock would bring them into Instagram lives just to argue with them.
Bro, y'all over scariness. I was following y'all.
You never did nothing to me, though. Really, though. Really never did nothing to me.
That kid he was talking shit to is Rajiz, a YG member from the 800 block, literally a 15-minute walk away from K-Flock's hood. Now, just 2 weeks after they had that argument on live,
a merchant right now, he had the most potential in the Bronx. He had the most potential. See how right behind him, I don't care. It's really Rajiz. See how? Who else? I can't think of nobody right now, but those are my two that had the most. You feel me? They had the most oomph to really do this shit, gangsta.
This YG kid Rajiz would preview a track called Real Facts, where he was going after K-Flock.
Hey, yo, KK, with the facts. Anytime I see me, I do back. You a kid, you ain't smoking on mat.
While this was going on, the feds were catching these same YG kids on surveillance cameras, carjacking Toyota Camrys, Mercedes-Benzes, even robbing someone at gunpoint. A month later, on July 11th, those same YG goons were hunting in DOA territory.
I got 2021 the best NY drills year. Best NY drill year.
Flock's neighborhood. They only had to drive 6 minutes before stumbling upon a 13-year-old kid named J. Rip, who looked up to K-Flock with huge admiration. One kid hopped out of a black Honda Accord that had 3 orange racing stripes on its hood. The kid aimed his pistol, unloading into J-Rip, who stumbled into this cafe, Angels, bled out, and died in front of customers. The same cafe, Angels, where K-Flock and Shaike were hanging out on a live stream a few months ago, right across the street from K-Flock's apartment.
Word to the God. Don't slide. Don't try to go like doing some stupid shit.
Word of J-Rip's murder got out quickly that day. The kid Rajiz, who was on live with Flock a few months prior, was now on social media mocking J-Rip's death. 7 hours later, Jay's friends went off to retaliate. They found Rajiz in a private Uber. On the phone, 2 shooters on a scooter pulled up next to him, opened fire through the window, hitting him.
Record the studio to drop that Flock. He was on the way to record the studio to drop that Flock. Oh my god. Niggas know, bro. The stick was so
in the head and torso, killing Ra instantly. And all this happened in Mount Hope, a mile out from J-Rip's murder scene earlier that day.
He's saying this like the Bronx is really small, bro. It's like really small. Like he trying to make it seem like it's, bro, it's just all naturally close.
Family learned about his death from a friend who was on the phone with him at the moment he was killed. Revenge does not heal losing loved ones, but Flock's fame was exponentially growing. He got an offer for his very first show upstate in Poughkeepsie, 2 hours out of New York City, where locals targeted him right away. 5 people were found shot, 1 stabbed, right outside the club Revel 32 away.
What beats they got on? I can't tell if he's throwing on Mac right here. Hound. Are they Hound? Because look at his beats, they're white and red. But I don't know if he's throwing on Mac, but Hound right here.
5 people were found shot, 1 stabbed, right outside the club Revel 32, as security at the venue scrambled, turning his tour bus into a makeshift ambulance, transporting victims to the hospital. The tour bus got shot up as well, because the people that were doing the shooting thought the K-Flock was inside it.
Most of these victims were occupants of a private bus that had been identified as being in multiple locations here in the city of Poughkeepsie.
But he managed to escape unharmed. The next day, K-Flock would pop out at Rolling Loud, New York for a surprise performance.
With the surprise performance, the next stars in New York, K-Flock and B-Love.
But he got into a brawl with another Bronx artist as their entourages clashed, thus banning.
Yeah, yo, this was so funny, bro. You just had the beater during this time, y'all.
Flock from the festival for life. And all this beefing just boosted his profile. That same night, he would drop the song Being Honest with G Herbo, which now has 25 million views on YouTube. Really, it was like K-Flock was on top of the world, but he was still doing drills. 6 days later, he was in a rental car with his boys, driving to his cousin D-Thang's building, the River Park Towers, spotting an op, shooting them on the Roberto Clemente Bridge.
Oh, wait, this actually, and he was on live with this? Yeah, KK ain't getting out, chat. I don't want to sound negative. Yo, if he was on...
6 days later, he was in a rental car with his boys, driving to his cousin D-Thang's building, the River Park Towers, spotting an op, shooting them on the Roberto Clemente Bridge. You'd think it would stop there, but no. The next week, undercovers pulled K-Flock over in Yonkers, finding a gun in his sock, which if you know New York laws, carries a 3 to 5 year sentence. The very next day, he was bragging about buying a new gun. You're thinking this might stop, and it will. Getting close to Christmas, on December 16th, 2021, K-Flock walked past the barbershop in Harlem, early in the morning. Had a stand.
I still made the news with 1 million views. He said, I bet I still up in fashion.
Off with this man, pulled a pistol out, and shot him dead. The rapper in the city with the most buzz, caught on surveillance video, wearing designer clothing from head to toe, shooting a rival. And the shoes he's wearing in surveillance video that day are the same unreleased Jordans he was showing off for social media just a few days before. The craziest part is the guy Flock's booked for killing comes from a set in Harlem that have the same enemies that K-Flock has. Geographically, they have the same rivals in Harlem that have the same enemies that K.
Yo, this is a hard pick. Yo, this is a hard pick. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, no Dickie. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. This is a tough pick. At the ops, I'll be upset he got this pick.
K-Flock has. Geographically, they have the same rivals. They both beef with YGs and Drillies. Flock began beefing with this set in Harlem called the OYs because one of their rappers, Edop Baby, was seen at a party smoking on Instagram Live with some YGs.
Yo, this shit, why do this shit got 300 views?
So Flock turned on them. gathered his posse, and made one of the coldest Bronx drill songs yet, called Brotherly Love, riddled with disses towards this Harlem set, the OIs.
Wow. 40 go knock off his whole head.
Niggas talking fuck you wanna do. I let you with them op niggas too. Whatever they thought, I'm dropping it too.
Shy-E-K, the rapper from Cortland, would side with E-Dot Baby, so in turn, he would start beefing with Flock.
Oh yeah, I forgot E-Dot was Grape Street.
K, the rapper from Cortland, would side with E-Dot Baby, so in turn, he would start beefing with Flock, and Flock would start beefing with him, both of them releasing diss tracks, with Flock saying he was smoking on Shy-E-K's dead father.
Free Flock. All y'all niggas music's doing bad now. Y'all need him, but free him, cause you know what he gonna do. He gonna be the 5th dead DOA member.
Interestingly, just minutes before Flock pulled the trigger at that barber shop, killing the man, he had logged onto FaceTime to talk directly to his rivals, brandishing his gun. And he was filming at the exact same stoops where E-Dot Baby, the rapper from Harlem, had filmed a music video.
E-Dot Baby, that little nigga that drives so crazy, popped me a pricky, it feels so amazing. Like, RIP to E-Dot Baby, man. Damn.
Video 1 year prior, called Ready for War. Slowly, one by one, the Bronx was following the Brooklyn scene prior, called Ready for War.
Who the fuck is this? Alright, we got Lee. I can't tell what that is. Keem. Sleepy. Shit crazy, bro.
Slowly, one by one, the Bronx was following the Brooklyn scene, with all their rappers getting wiped out by police indictments. 5 months later, the Drillies would get taken down in a massive RICO case, booking 20 people for murder, conspiracy, racketeering, and gang activity. Not even a month later, D-Thang, along with 22 of his guys from RPT, would get
y'all saw what D-Thang? He got out soon in the year.
Swept up as well. And if you thought the scene wasn't toxic enough, 6 months later, the young rapper from Harlem, E-Dot Baby, would commit suicide, which has fans still wondering to this day why that happened. Fast forward to this year, February 2023, and K-Flock, who was already sitting in prison for murder, would be
You look mad, Aki, I ain't gonna lie. Them tattoos was there before?
one of 7 DOA members named in a federal indictment spanning from 2017 all the way to 2023. This is the New York drill scene in a nutshell. Every few years, a scene pops off from one of the boroughs, rappers make a huge wave, and then it all comes crashing down. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Hey, that was the Bronx burning RICO is for the drillers. You feel me? Want to see more videos like this? Please let me know down in the comments down below. If you bro, hit the fam. I love y'all. Click.